Was ancient Egypt an African civilization? For centuries, this question has been fiercely debated. While many picture Egypt's connections to the Mediterranean and the Near East, the truth is far more complex and deeply rooted in the African continent itself. Let's journey back in time and uncover the profound, often overlooked relationship between the land of the pharaohs and sub-Saharan Africa. Before the first pyramid was ever built, before the first hieroglyph was carved, the foundations of Egyptian civilization were being laid by African peoples. Imagine the Sahara Desert, not as a barren wasteland, but as a lush, green savanna teeming with life. Around 5500 BCE, as this vibrant landscape began to dry out, its populations migrated towards the life-giving waters of the Nile Valley. These weren't foreign invaders. They were indigenous Africans who brought with them the agricultural knowledge that would become the backbone of Egyptian society. Early cultures, like the Badarian and Nak, show clear artistic and cultural links to traditions from what is now Sudan and the wider Sahara. Even early religious ideas might trace back to ancient African astronomical sites like Nabta Playa, which predates the pharaohs by millennia. The pharaohs were driven by an insatiable demand for luxury goods, and they knew exactly where to find them. Deeper within Africa, their most vital connection was with their southern neighbor, Nubia, in modern-day Sudan. For centuries, the Nile served as a superhighway for trade, carrying a constant flow of gold, ebony, ivory, and exotic animals from Nubia into the heart of Egypt. The Egyptians even operated their own gold mines in Nubian territory, highlighting just how crucial this link was. But their ambitions didn't stop there. Egyptian sailors embarked on daring expeditions down the Red Sea to a mysterious and wealthy land they called Punt, believed to be in the Horn of Africa. Punt was a treasure trove of incense, myrrh, and fragrant oils essential for Egyptian religious rituals and daily life. The most famous of these expeditions was launched by the powerful female pharaoh, Queen Hatshepsut, whose temple walls vividly depict the ships, people, and precious goods of Punt. Overland, treacherous caravan routes stretched across the Sahara, connecting Egypt to oases and lands to the west, though the sheer difficulty of desert travel limited just how far they could go. This constant exchange wasn't just about goods, it was about people. Modern genetic analysis of ancient mummies reveals a fascinating story. The DNA shows a mixture of ancestries, with a notable sub-Saharan African component, particularly in Upper Egypt, which was geographically closer to Nubia. This genetic flow wasn't a one-time event, but a continuous process over thousands of years. Perhaps the most powerful example of this connection is the 25th dynasty. Around 747 BCE, the Nubian kingdom of Kush didn't just trade with Egypt, it conquered it. For nearly a century, a line of powerful pharaohs from Nubia, often called the Black Pharaohs, ruled over the entire Nile Valley. This wasn't a foreign invasion in the modern sense, but the rise of a closely related African power that saw itself as the true heir to Egypt. Ancient traditions. This period shows just how intertwined their destinies were. Beyond Nubia, intriguing finds like Egyptian artifacts in the Congo region suggest that trade networks may have extended even further into the heart of the continent. So, why is this history so debated? Modern views have often been colored by racial and political biases. For a long time, Eurocentric perspectives minimized Egypt's African identity, focusing only on its Mediterranean ties. In response, Afrocentric scholarship has worked to reclaim Egypt's African roots, though sometimes this can lead to oversimplifying the evidence. The ancient Egyptians themselves didn't think in our modern terms of race. Their identity was cultural and geographic. They saw themselves as distinct from Nubians, Libyans, or Asians, even while they traded and shared cultural practices with them. Ultimately, ancient Egypt was not an isolated miracle. It was a dynamic, multicultural civilization born from African soil, enriched by its neighbors, and connected by a web of trade, culture, and kinship that stretched deep into the continent. Thanks for watching. If you found this journey into Egypt's African roots fascinating, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more deep dives into hidden history. See you next time.